But for more, I'm going to go to my colleague now, Chriselda Lewis, who is standing by also at the COSATU march in Tembisa. Chriselda?
Well, Vanessa, thank you very much indeed. And this is where the other leg of the COSATU march is taking place at Tembisa here in Ekurhuleni. And of course, you would know that this contentious spot where this protest is taking place is where just a few days ago, the Special Investigating Unit had revealed that the level of corruption and maladministration here at the Tembisa Hospital had ballooned from 850 million rand to 2 billion rand. Now, this is related to alleged dubious contracts that had been awarded to service providers, and the Special Investigating Unit also indicating that they're investigating thus far 3 syndicates which seem to be operating here at Tembisa. So this march of COSATU, which is a march calling for better jobs for workers, is taking place on the backdrop of that report by the Special Investigating Unit, of course, of which you'd recall Babita Diokaran, who was killed, the whistleblower, having flagged at that time 850 million rand worth of dubious contracts, and the SIU mentioning that it's ballooned to 2 billion rand. Well, the SIU is saying those investigations still continue, and that figure is in fact expected to rise. So while COSATU, right here behind me, and its affiliates, of course, are marching for better jobs, workers at this Tembisa hospital tell us that the conditions under which they operate in, conditions in which they are employed in, are not conditions that are amenable for them to be able to work under because of the rampant corruption. Obviously, monies that have been meant for proper health care, that have been meant for facilities, for doctors, for nurses, and other staff to be able to do their jobs here and to provide the service that the community needs. That has been dealt a severe setback. We've heard from patients as well who've complained about the quality of service that they have received as a result of some of the challenges that are experienced here at Tembisa Hospital. So while this march for better jobs, this particular one takes place here at the Tembisa Hospital, on the backdrop of that, certainly all the affiliates of the Trade Union Federation will speak to the issue of what has taken place here at Tembisa Hospital, and what needs to happen next in terms of arrests that need to be made while investigations continue. We're hearing about 3 syndicates, the Maumela Syndicate, the Mazibuko Syndicate, as well as the X-Syndicate, that are alleged to have, siphoned millions each when it comes to, improper contracts that had been attained from the Tembisa Hospital here. But I want to bring in the president of the NUM, Philip Vilakazi, to talk to us a bit about today's march. Mr. Vilakazi, thank you very much indeed for joining us this morning. This is a march for better jobs for workers, but it is taking place right at the entrance of a hospital that has been in the news, controversially so, for a couple of months over allegations relating to billions in corruption. Talk to us first about today's march.
Thank you very much, Presenter, and the viewers at home. What I can tell is that this is the 7th of October. The resolution of the Federation is that it's a perpetual move that we'll be doing every year to say no to anything that seems to be very abusive to the workers, because when you say a decent job, we are saying a job that can pay a person a salary that can make it a point that the social responsibility is taken care of. Coming forward to the reason why we are here in Tembisa is because of the issue that is in the public domain, that a whistleblower has been assassinated, having said that there are things which are not going right. And of course, members of the Federation, through Nehau, they have made it very clear that there are people who can confirm that yes, the status of the hospital is deteriorated to a point where even the services that are given are very shaky. Even patients are not as satisfied with what is happening here. And at the end of the day, we can confirm that there is this allegation of a cartel, that people are relating personally to a point of milking the state resources. Tembisa has become one of those which are high, but it's only one amongst the rest, because everywhere where there is a public space, there is this symptom of people who are trying to get rich by all means by stealing from the poor. We are here, we have said to the labor brokers, no to the hands of the workers, give them what is due for them, but we're seeing the new scandal of cartels where people are streamlining issues of being corrupt insofar as the tenders that are meant to give basic service to the people is not happening.
Yeah. And I mean, that speaks to, directly to what you were saying. It's a call for decent jobs for workers. But how does that happen when you have rampant corruption and looting, such as what has taken place at Tembisa? I'm sure you've heard from your workers, from your members, about the conditions that they're working under. That is not going to happen. A call for better jobs is not going to happen if the very money which is brought forward to assist in that regard is simply being looted. No one is being arrested so far, but of course we must allow investigations to take place.
Obviously, like we said, if you look in one of our pamphlets, we are saying from the Zondo Commission, all recommendations which are made with regard to outrooting corruption and corrupt elements, being individuals or managers, we don't care the color of a person, we don't care the position of an individual. Every person whose hands are in the cookie jar illegally, he must be held accountable. People must account. There's never been a resolution of the liberation movement to defend or protect individuals who are involved in corruption. Any element of corruption, irrespective of a position or the stature of an individual, that person must account.
And certainly, what would, I guess, as the Labour Federation and affiliates, your call be, while investigations continue? What we heard was a preliminary report that was, of course, revealed by the SIU. We're expecting that amount of 2 billion to even go much further than that. But what about those also who might be some of your members? Who might be involved in some of that corruption. I'm not saying they are. The investigations are continuing. At this stage, we heard Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi, the health minister, say this kind of corruption would never have been able to be enabled if it was not for people who enabled it inside.
Look, like we are saying, there is no membership of the unions which are affiliates of COSATU, where membership is about a person who is corrupt will be defended by the federation or the union. Every person must account to his duties, because if you become a member of a union, you become a member so that you become your mouthpiece. But some of the decisions immediately will become unethical. It becomes an issue of you as an individual. It's not a union issue. We will defend members who are mistakenly alleged to have been involved in these things. But the innocence of a person remains an issue until the test through the inquiry is given. And obviously, we are not going to protect anybody with tangible evidence on the table that says this person is involved in wrongdoing. The membership of the unions across COSATU, there is no area where we are saying we will defend wrongdoings. Every wrong, I repeat, irrespective of your position. If it's me as a president, I must face the music. There is no person who deserves to benefit from the poor by developing an attitude of getting rich quick, even if these people are not legit. Every illegitimate processes, every illegit and unethical attitude of individuals, let the law take its own course.
Mr. Vilakazi, thank you very much. Thank you so much for speaking to us here on SABC News. We appreciate your time. Thank you very much, sir. We'll join you in that march in just about a moment. Thank you very much, sir. Philip Vilakazi, who is the president of the NUM. Of course, we had to ask those questions while they protest here today, calling for better jobs for workers. On the backdrop of all of that, overshadowing that protest for jobs, many of the questions, of course, that are being asked about what happens next year at the Tembisa Hospital. Startling allegations, revelations of 2 billion rand that was looted and siphoned from this hospital, and certainly the unions indicating that if any of their members may be involved in any of the allegations that have been made, they too must face the music. Speaking about how their members have also told them about the deteriorating state of the Tembisa Hospital, and many can attest to that. We've spoken to patients when spoken to some of the staff here. So while that call for decent jobs is being made, with what? 2 billion rand is gone, money which was meant to ensure that this hospital is properly run, that the workers are able to work in conditions that are decent, and patients are able to get the services that are required. So certainly this jobs march which is taking place here does take place on the backdrop of all the controversy taking place here at Tembisa Hospital.
Right, Chriselda Lewis helping us cover all our grounds insofar as that story is concerned.